Eyewitness Sports, coverage you can count on with Elton Gumbel.
Good evening, sports world. James Ramsey reached base safely in 53 straight baseball games this past spring for FSU, and he still hasn't slowed down. In fact, Rammer now has MVP status. The junior star has been tearing up the Cape Cod League with the Yarmouth Dennis Red Sox. He leads the team with a .327 batting average, 6 home runs, 3 triples, and 33 hits. As if that wasn't good enough, tonight he was named MVP of the Cape Cod League All-Star Game after hitting a solo home run at Fenway Park and leading the East All-Stars to a 4-1 victory. On the football field, the FAMU countdown to kickoff rattles in at 36 days. While the Orange and Green wait for their season opener, members of the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference could not wait to vote on the team to beat this year. The preseason MEAC favorite to win, well, South Carolina State. Voters picked Bethune-Cookman University to finish second in the MEAC. Your FAMU Rattlers are projected to tackle a third-place spot in the MEAC standings. Not the royal treatment for a team that won a share of the MEAC championship just last November. Let's take a look at the preseason All-MEAC team. The Rattlers had 2 players selected first team All-MEAC and 5 players to the second team. If this list is any indication, the Rattlers should have a good line this season. 3 offensive linemen are on the all-conference squad. FAM season kicks off September 3rd at 6 o'clock against Fort Valley State. Well, today the NFL gave us more surprises and major moves. The lockout forced teams and players to stay away for 132 days, and now the 2 sides are making up for lost time. Notable players being released this week include Roy Williams, Willis McGahee, Vince Young, Marcus Stroud, Algie Crumpler, and former Gators linebacker Channing Crowder. Notable moves involved Vince Young to back up Mike Vick in Philly, Nnamdi Osamoah from Oakland to Philly, Chad Ochocinco from the Bengals to the Patriots, Baltimore safety DeJuan Landry signing with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Of course, in the NFL, salaries and payroll tend to dictate the offseason headlines. On the high school level, you tend to get that pure joy of being back on the field. Bainbridge and Thomas County Central are just 2 of the South Georgia schools anxious to get their season underway. Now, the Peach State can't start practice until August 1st. Both the Bearcats and Yellow Jackets plan on making that a literal start time. When the clock hits 12:01 a.m., both teams will snap into their respective midnight madness. In Florida, August 8th is the earliest time teams can begin practice. The extra time was put to good use today at Florida High. Coach Jared Hickman and the Noles held a youth football camp for kids ages 8 through 13. It scored a big hit in the local community.
We get to change from being the player to the coach. So now we get to have the experience of being a coach and teach the kids, and it gets it competitive and excited.
It kind of just prepares them to start getting used to catching and running and giving it their all and competitiveness.
Gene Cox, Harry Jacobs, Dwight Thomas, David Wilson. The past 35 years have seen some of the Big Ben's best coaches take their place in the FACA Hall of Fame. 13 local coaches to be exact, but now we have 4. We know 4 more from the Big Ben who are headed to the Hall of Fame. The Florida Athletic Coaches Association announced its 2012 induction class. Florida High's Jeff Hogan and Mike Hickman, Liberty County's Richard Kennedy, and Godby track coach Jesse Forbes. The quartet are part of the 7-member induction class to be honored next January in Daytona Beach.
It's the ultimate for our association, and it's based on not only your championships and records and accomplishments you have on the field, but also your service to our organization.
And Coach Shelton Cruz was inducted this past January, a 2011 inductee. There's your Fishing Game forecast on the screen. Get out there, get after it.
All right, EG, thanks. He's taken more than a few tackles in his life. Now, a former NFL star is tackling a new project. The story coming up.